So I'm often asked what it's like to be part of the Metaphysical Academy. And of course, I get a lot of feedback, but the most common feedback that I get is that it is incredibly interesting to hear the material, to recognize and learn about the different resources of the information, and to also be sort of surprised that there's homework part of that. Of course, it's adult-directed learning, so I'm not going to chase after anyone to do what they should be doing. It's up to them. But like with everything, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. There's a lot of materials that you get handed out, but also by email I send relevant articles or references sometimes about certain movies or certain books. And, people who take it seriously just get tons and tons out of it. We start any new class usually with questions and answers from the previous meetings. And they are very important because we can recap what we have covered. But also, sometimes there are misunderstandings, and so it's important to correct some perceptions. As a student of the Academy, you will be meeting some very interesting people. They come from all walks of life and also from various different educational backgrounds. What we all have in common is that we are serious seekers. And I'm one. I don't consider myself a guru. I consider myself as a facilitator of relevant metaphysical knowledge. And I just love to see what people experience and the intelligent questions that are asked as well. So they challenge me. And oftentimes I have to look a little deeper myself and explore some new avenues which I then present to the students. I have no problems letting anyone know that I don't know. I find that is very important. I'm certainly not all-knowing, but I want to tell you I do know a fair amount. And I own that, and I'm very proud of that. I spent over 30 years, over 40 years almost, I'm embarrassed to say, because I don't want to mention my age, but I spent a lot of time, a lot of years to do very in-depth studies, and I think that's really important. And I did a lot of exploring. I traveled all over the world. I explored different types of spirituality, learned from a lot of different folks, and I think that's really vital. It's very, very pleasurable for me to see the interaction, to facilitate the interaction, and to see the shifts that people make. In fact, some people come already with very set beliefs about everything, and then to be challenged to review and reflect and perhaps change is sometimes a bit of a challenge. However, the environment is so supportive and so loving and non-dogmatic that they actually feel fine to not adopt any of the new information. If they don't, I always say it's fine, but please put it on the shelf and revisit it later. Don't just say it is nonsense. Just have another look at it in a little while from now. And that is very reassuring for people because it is important that everyone has a natural skepticism and thinks the information through and see how it would be useful to them to apply it in their everyday life. I also see myself more as a facilitator of information and knowledge. I'm not a guru, I'm not a wise guy. I do, since I'm myself still a student, I see myself more as a transmitter or a facilitator of information and invite critical thinking, which is really a key goal of the Academy program. I love to see what's happening. People go through shifts and their relationships, sometimes they report that their relationships had major improvement or that something they were carrying with themselves for many years finally is dissolved. communication improves, love for self and others really dramatically improves. We are our soul and spirit, and our connection with the divine and many other levels of existence. And understanding more about why we're here and our individual learning processes allows us to somehow find a marriage between our consciousness and our unconscious mind. And by the way, we do laugh a lot. There is a lot of opening, a lot of personal stories, and so it makes it very alive and very beautiful. And for myself, I don't know of anything in this world I would rather do than working with people and see them change, see them being more accepting, truly more accepting of themselves and others, and providing more space for love to be expressed.